Hello and welcome to the Wrack blog for July 14th, 2014. Once again, my name is Brad, and as you may be able to tell, I am coming to you with a new microphone. I picked up one of these last week before we went to SGC, which I am about to talk about here in a second. And then I decided, since I haven't done one of these blogs in a while, hey, what more of a perfect occasion to do one of these than after picking up a new microphone. But I don't want to dwell too much on that subject, but what I do want to talk about is kind of what's going on with the future of Wrack, and also the fact that we just went to SGC this past week. I kind of want to touch a little bit on that because we did take a new build there with some brand new features that aren't in the latest Steam version and anything we have publicly available. So yeah, I guess I'll just kind of get right into that. As some of you probably know, I hope most of you know, this past weekend was SGC, which is the Screw Attack Game Convention. And we actually went there as kind of the first stop on our little tour of publicity for, you know, kind of gearing up for the full release of Wrack. You know, we kind of went there with you know, it had some neat new promotional materials made. You know, we had this nice banner with the logo on it, and we also had this nice like stand-up poster with you know, some of the Wrack art, which ended up being really cool. And very pleased with how that turned out. But yeah, that was this past week, you know, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. And we took it there, you know, it had a couple setups, and it just, you know, if any of you were there, you know, we're thrilled that you came by. And it just, the response to the game was just amazing. I mean, just people had such a good time playing it. You know, just really enjoyed the game. Yeah, we have both of our stations like going constantly, which was a great sign. Just lots of great feedback. You know, just people having tons of fun, and you know, it was just an awesome thing. You know, we met a lot of new people, which was awesome. Actually, one of the highlights was you know, the creator of Mega Man himself, and also now Mighty Number 9, KG Inafune came by, which was, he just kind of like showed up out of the blue, you know, without like any sort of warning. We're just kind of like, you know, I was sitting there like talking to someone, you know, like Rulero, our texture artist. He's like, Karn. And I'm like, dude, not now. I'm talking to someone. He's like, Garn! And then, you know, I look, and you know, KG Inafune is standing there, just, you know, looking on at the game, and it was just a completely awesome thing. You know, apparently he like took a picture, you know, of our stand-up banner, and you know, we couldn't really communicate with him directly, you know, because of the language barrier, but he did have a translator with him, and you know, he kind of looked at the game and said it reminded him of first-person Mega Man, which is awesome. Because that's really like one of the huge influences on the game that people tend not to see. You know, just because I guess the whole first-person, you know, classic shooter element is just so overpowering that it's kind of hard to see some of the other influences. But you know, they're definitely there, and it's awesome that, you know, he picked up on it. It was just a really cool thing. You know, we got a picture with him. You know, all of us team members with it, which we put on the Facebook page. So you know, hopefully you guys have seen that. But just this, a really cool thing. You know, that he stopped by. Just a huge compliment. And we also spent you know, pretty much the entire weekend hanging out with the developer of the AVGN Adventures, Sam, and I hope I'm pronouncing this correctly, Sam Beddoes. Just absolutely the nicest guy in the world. You know, we just had a total blast hanging out with him. Just really think he's put together, you know, a great game. Got to check it out a little bit. We'll be checking it out more here in the near future with whatever time I have left to you know, between getting things ready for QuakeCon and actually headed up there. But yeah, I mean, just overall, just the whole weekend was just awesome. You know, it was a big upgrade from last year, and we already had, you know, a great time last year. So it just, just really had a great time, and already looking forward to next year. Yeah, so I mean that was kind of like the first stop on our big full version publicity tour. But and then next week we're gonna be heading up to QuakeCon to kind of do it all again. So I think we got to head up there Wednesday. Like less than 48 hours from now. Gotta get a whole bunch more stuff ready with the build. A whole lot of little issues we noticed. With the SGC version. You got to pick up a few more things. TVs and digital monitors, just so it looks as nice as possibly can be for that giant audience. Not that they'll probably be paying attention to us. They'll probably be highly focused on the new Doom, which they're unveiling. But hope some new people come by. Hope some of you come by. Just really looking forward to it. Like if it's half as fun as SGC was, like it's gonna be a blast, and just really looking forward to it. And let's, as far as I know though, like these are our only 2 stops. Unfortunately, we're not gonna be going to PAX Prime this year. I'm not sure when PAX East is exactly, but we'll certainly submit to that. And see if we can go to that. But it's not going to come before our full release. So we're looking at releasing the full thing. We're looking at September sometime. Certainly no later than October. So, but we're definitely looking at the September range. As you can see here, from this footage here, I guess I should talk a little bit about what's going on. Kind of since we did make this what's in the latest the full release of Wrack a little bit public. It's certainly not available yet, but those of you who went to SGC got to see it and kind of play around with it. Anyway, I mean, media who recorded footage of it. I mean, some of that should be hitting YouTube pretty soon here, I would think. But yeah, I want to talk a little bit about real quick. Kind of what's to come in the full release. Hopefully you guys noticed there's some major lighting changes. Objects in the world are now affected by the lights around them. So hopefully you notice like the weapon as it runs over like the little like nukage grates and everything, that green and orange lighting impacts your weapon now. It also impacts the monsters and just really makes the levels a lot more distinct, and just makes it really feel like you're really there way more. So it's a really cool thing. I had been saving that for Wrack 2, but I don't know. I mean, it just seems like should do it now. No point in hanging on to that. So we'll have to come up with more cool stuff to do later. Also, the Crushers, they don't have a counterattack, and it was really cool like taking it to SGC. Seeing how people dealt with that. Basically the way it works is like the Arcturans, like when you shoot them like with the shotgun, there's a chance that they're gonna be stunned when you do that. And now the Crushers, like instead of being stunned, like they actually do like this like ground pound counterattack that you have to jump to avoid. And it was really cool seeing people avoid that at SGC. It was something that I hadn't really tested at all before, but so I didn't really know if it was gonna work or not. But it was good seeing people have that happen to them once, and then kind of quickly figure out what that was all about, and they quickly figured out how to get around it. That was a great thing to see. So that and then the lighting, it's probably hard to tell when you're running around so fast, but the lighting has a reflection now. So basically you have like a bright light, like one of these like nukage lights shining under the floor, kind of up towards the ceiling. That light will actually like bounce off the ceiling and be reflected onto the ground. So some of these like little nukage pools will actually have some green around them on the floor now, which is it's a really cool thing. Like it's really helping out the overall lighting just a ton. Like I mean, between that and the objects being affected by lights in the world, I think the lighting is just awesome in this game now. And we're still looking to do a little bit more before the final release, because Nobody is ever enough, damn it. And then finally, the last thing. This is a really cool thing, and you know, I hope people. We're gonna have to do more with this so that people know about it. But it's a really cool feature that really makes the game a lot deeper. Is the chain finisher system. So basically what this is once you hit 9 kills in your kill chain, you get the ability to do a finisher. So like while your chain is active, you can basically hit what's basically like the alt fire key. You start charging your weapon. You know, it kind of like rattles. And once it's charged for a second, and you can keep holding the button and unleash it whenever you want, but have to charge it for at least a second. But you can basically like unleash this like room clearing powerful attack. And you know, you get all sorts of like bonus points, you know, for doing that. Like you get points for like just plain unleashing a finisher, and like there's like a huge multiplier like on your kill combo. So it's like if you kill like a whole ton of enemies with it, like you just get a shit ton of points for it, and it's awesome. But you know, we're thinking of, you know, tweaking a couple things. It definitely needs some UI elements so that people know that they're available. Yeah, and there's going to be a little bit of flexibility. So it's like, you know, I'm thinking of changing it so that even if your chain ends, you still have a couple of seconds to unleash the finisher on the world. But yeah, you probably won't get as many points if your chain's already ended. So, I don't think I mentioned, but the amount of damage that finisher is going to do is based on like how many kills you had in your chain. So it's like if you get like 9 kills and then you let loose a finisher, that's like a level 1 finisher. It does like a, you know, certain amount of damage. And then if you like get like, you know, 22 or something kills in your chain, then it's like you unleash a level 4 finisher, and like that just does whole shit ton more damage. You know, possibly different, you know, actual physical properties. You know, if the design calls for it, or you know, yeah, I don't know. I mean, we'll see. But you know, it's like each weapon has like its own. Like the damage on all the finishers is fairly consistent, so you know, we don't want it to be like, oh well, this is the most powerful weapon, you know, just always switch to it and use the finisher. Like that would be, you know, it just wouldn't make for very interesting game design or gameplay. So you know, like each weapon is gonna kind of have like its own properties for its finisher. And you can see in this video, which I'm probably gonna have to loop twice because I think I'm talking longer than I have footage. But the shotguns is kind of like the, you know, it's like a more powerful version of the shotgun's attack. So you know, it's very much like a room clearing kind of attack. And then the pistol, like when you do its finisher, it's basically a railgun attack. So you know, it just rips through everything. I know at some point, like during this this replay, you know, I ripped through a couple Arcturian soldiers with it. You know, and obviously you wouldn't be able to do that with the regular pistols. So you know, these different finishers just have all kinds of awesome properties. And you know, I mean, basically chains weren't having much of an impact on the gameplay, so it's like you didn't really need to do them. You know, just kind of for points purely. And I mean, you still shouldn't need to do them, at least not yet. But you know, it's just a way to make the gameplay more interesting, and just really tie the whole kill chain system to the actual gameplay. It makes it more relevant and meaningful, and that's, you know, I mean, for Wrack being what it is, you know, this arcade style FPS, I think that's a very important thing. So anyway, well, I think that's about it for now. Yeah, again, we'll be heading up to QuakeCon at the end of the week. You know, hopefully you'll hear more from us afterwards. Hopefully that goes well. Hopefully we're not, you know, I don't know. I don't know. Yeah, there's nothing bad I expect to come out of it, but you know, hopefully, you know, fingers crossed and everything. But yeah, just very much looking forward to going to QuakeCon. You know, next week. I know some of you are going to be there. Looking forward to seeing Decino there. Expect him to be doing some crazy kill chain finishers. You know, in our little exhibition booth. So Anyway, well, that's going to do it for me for this blog, and I will talk to you guys next time.